All right. We are live. Thank you, everyone, for coming in for one more Sunday to celebrate just caregiving, embracing caregiving. So, welcome to Caregivers Embracing Elder Care. I am one of your hosts, Bahamia Ulysses, Geriatric Care Manager and Coach. I'm joined by my co-host, Miss Robin Downs of Yoga Flava, and her father, Sergeant Major William Downs. Thank you to you two for coming. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Robin. I am super excited. I'm just going to say, just right out the gate, you asked me how I am. I'm super excited. What am I not really excited? I love this show. I love being able to do this. But today, especially, I feel like I'm beaming because we have a few announcements. We have the things that we're going to talk about today are near and dear to my heart. So I'm not going to, do too much around it. I'll let you kind of steal the show because I feel like you have more of the weight on what I want to say, and I'm probably going to blurt it out the wrong way. So take it away, Robin.
You are funny. Yes, I put out my newsletter today, and I said there are 3 major events coming this week. Yes. And one event is today with being on the live Caregivers Embracing Elder Care. And the second is Tuesday, October 27th, for my appearance and Dad's appearance on The Doctors.
The TV show, The Doctors, Robin. The TV show, the nationally syndicated. No, Robin. You've got to tell me. You've got to tell I know some of this backstory, but you've got to give the people. I mean, we've got a bunch of announcements. But
all right, that was 1, 2.
Okay,
amazing. 3, but even the third one is like a 3-day thing. So this is just an amazing week, and I was sharing that with you before we even went live. I'm like, oh my goodness, the way things are lining up this week, it's absolutely amazing. So The Doctors on Tuesday, and then Wednesday. And if you haven't already, sign up for the 3-day free event, Caregivers Holiday Reset. So the momentum has started. Join us for this joyful journey. I'm so delighted to have this platform and all these wonderful things happening that we can share and socialize, right?
Big time. Sergeant Major, that's the key word right there. Socialization.
Because the event will be on Zoom and we'll all be able to have the opportunity to interface with one another. And especially for our seniors, like with my father, the senior center is closed due to COVID. So we're really hoping that the 3-day event provides an uplifting opportunity for engagement.
I'm so excited, Robin. Okay. We'll talk about the event because I do want to go, like, not a deep dive, but like a little dive just to dip our toes in about the details of the event. But we've got to back up to the show, The Doctors, because I think that
we got to back up even more so because we got to breathe, Bahamia. Breathe.
You're right. Okay. You're right. We get the format, people. I'm okay. All right. Okay. You're right, Robin. Okay. Let me get myself together here. Okay.
Shoulders to the ears.
Okay.
Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Squeeze the shoulders all the way down. Let's give ourselves 4 slow, exaggerated shoulder rolls back. Getting rid of all the unconscious tension. Balancing out all the excitement and then change the direction. 4 slow, exaggerated shoulder rolls forward. Full range of motion. And then let's bring both palms deep into the lower belly because sometimes we're excited. We just breathe using the upper part of the body. So dropping down to the lower belly. And I had some back issues. So also massaging the lower belly just helps to balance things out because I could tell my body with the excitement kind of like was woo. So let's inhale through the nose, allow the belly to expand like a balloon. Let's exhale and really pull the belly button back towards the spine and up towards the heart. Going again, inhale, full belly breath. Exhale, pulling the belly button back towards the spine and up towards the heart. Continue to breathe deeply. Exhale fully. And the affirmation for today is that I am doing the best I can, and I am proud of myself.
Ooh, I love that, Robin. Thank you for the slow down. I needed it, of course, as per usual, because I'm always just this ball of fire, aren't I?
Because you're doing the best you can, and we are proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know me. I'm always go, 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 go. I do need to slow down. And that's why we make such a good team. We balance each other out. Yes. So now, can we talk about the doctor?
Yes, we can talk about the doctor. So the doctor said, come on, because they're amazed how I can balance it out, and specifically with my dad.
So how did it happen? Tell us. Give us the deets. Spill.
Well, what do they always say about luck? Preparation. Mm-hmm. You know, and even when you and I met, we just knew we wanted to have a platform where we could, you know, share, and we wanted to document our journey with these lives. And my background already as a filmmaker, so working on my documentary. One of my close friends I've known since high school, who is a director. I was sharing with her what I was going through with the documentary. I wanted to get a director's eye. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Diane Slay. And one of her jobs was working on the doctors, and she had just seen a whole bunch of footage. She was looking at the interviews that we did together, and it clicked for her. She was just like, because even the theme of this season for the doctors was, you know, how are people coping with COVID? How can, you know, ordinary people make their lives better? Mm-hmm. So she spoke to one of the producers of the show. I said, you know, I have a friend, and she's doing this documentary about her journey with yoga. Mm-hmm. And she has pulled her dad into her yoga practice. And she and him really came through some obstacles because he wasn't feeling well, and there was some hospitalization. And when he came out, you know, introduced her to yoga. So my whole story, based on the images and things putting together for my documentary, yes. You know, clicked for my girl, who said this could be something for the doctors. Mm-hmm. And they, and she was just like, send them a picture.
Yeah.
I didn't just send a picture. I sent a press thing. And videos and hot off the press photo shoot of dad in his dress blues and me in a gown. I was like, how about this, you guys? Yes. And they were like, okay, we want to talk to you. Okay. So I went back. First, the producer reached out to me. Mm-hmm. And then the associate producer reached out to me, and she asked for more pictures. Mm-hmm. And once again, working on the documentary, I was like, sure.
And I did say,
I think that was also a big thing too, that I had a lot of images that I was able to share. Yeah. So I gave them more pictures, and then the associate producer had a preliminary interview with Dad and I.
Okay.
And she noticed how Dad has, you know, some value, and they really appreciate him with the yoga, but they wanted to focus on me because they wanted to represent Dad in movement. Mm. So they spoke to both of us, and then they were focusing on me. But once again, Dad's going to be featured doing the yoga. Yes. And that was the preliminary one. Mm-hmm. And then the segment producer. So this is such a process, right? Then the segment producer appointment came up, and that's where I was going to be on camera. The preliminary one, I wasn't on camera with the associate producer, and then with the segment producer, she was like, "Yeah, you're going to be on camera." I was like, "Oh." Okay. So for the segment producer, she was asking me questions, and if she didn't feel she got the sound bite, she would ask it again.
Okay.
And yeah, that was great. And I had time to do that.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because once it came to the third part, there was a whole nother part where it was in studio. It was a 2-hour wait.
Oh, a 2-hour wait, Robin?
2-hour wait behind the scenes. So,
Yeah.
I was 15 minutes early ready.
Sure, of course.
And then I could tell what happened, especially after the first hour, the energy is kind of like, and then the next thing I know, Robin, you're up, you're on.
Okay. I'm on. Okay. Oh my gosh, Robin. I can imagine. I can only imagine.
They're asking me Dad's age, and Dad's in the background saying, "Don't say my age."
Sergeant Major, were you bashful about your age?
You don't want people to know your age, right?
They don't have to know exactly how old I am.
Yeah,
that's true.
You had that conversation. So that's going on too. So I'm curious to see what I said, because the next thing I know, it was like, the host was like, "And thank you very much." And I was like, "And caregivers embracing elder care on Sunday."
You were like,
I don't know how the last part's going to come out. I saw the first part where they talked about Robin and Yoga Flavor, and the host was all like, "Ooh, I like that name, Yoga Flavor."
Yeah.
So the first part's okay, but the second in studio part, I know I was a deer in headlights. I don't know. I hope they do some editing magic.
Oh, they will. It'll be perfect, Robin. Oh my gosh, that's what they do.
2 hours, and then it was like, "You're on."
Okay. All right.
And then it wasn't like the other producers who were like, "Let's say that again."
Yes.
It was just like, "Okay, and boo, boo, boo. Okay, thanks."
So it was over that quick. So quick.
And probably because I was waiting those 2 hours.
Sure.
They were behind schedule, and they were like, "Okay, Robin, okay, thank you."
Get it together. Now, Sergeant Major, were you able to say anything, or was it more of them kind of watching him do his movement? How does he?
No. After the first interview, it was all about me.
Okay, got it.
Like I said, when I was in studio, the last part that popped up really fast, Dad was to the side, but he was still talking.
Got it. Okay.
At least for the first part. So I'll see, if they edit that out. But yeah, it was a little.
What a process! But
the first part I was really pleased with, because they did dig deep and give real props to the history of Yoga Flavor, and that really made me feel really good. And as I've been talking about the documentary, it was going to be the silver edition, but it's turning into the silver lining.
Right.
A lot of props to my media background. And, so it's not just the 25th anniversary of Yoga Flavor. It's like 40 years. I can't even believe it. In broadcasting.
Yeah.
And they gave props to that. And that was really nice, because usually I'm one person or the other. So it was really nice to get that. And then they gave major props to Sergeant Major. So all that to say, once again, it's really, the documentary and this time in my life is really feeling like the silver lining.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about the documentary. I know we've been mentioning it, and we've said, a roundabout version of what the documentary is about. But I just want our audience and your viewers, and I know that everybody who's kind of watching or will watch this later, they know that you have been in the yoga world. They know that you're a yoga guru, and they know about your media background a little bit. So I just wondered, first, what really inspired you to go ahead and put your whole life story in documentary form?
Because I had so much media.
Okay.
And my father has so much media, and I'm still trying to figure out how best to incorporate his stuff. And as I keep telling everyone, and I'll just relax about it. I'm trying to make the documentary like an hour, maybe the most an hour and a half. I really don't want it to be more than that. But right now the documentary's at 2 hours, and I just got a whole bunch of stuff that just got digitized that I'm going to see if I can add it in. So I got a lot of media. I get it from my daddy. photographer from 17 years old. My life is documented on slides, Super 8s, movies, everything from day one. You know, I'm not even talking about that media to put in the documentary. I'm just talking about what I have.
Right.
So, and then also in the stage of life that my father's in, where he's forgotten so much.
Okay.
And I don't have any children, so I wanted to have something. But I was like, oh,
yeah.
look at the things I've done. You know?
Yes, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
And a lot of times when I would tell my story, they were like, oh, you should write a book, or you should da da da. So, you know, my art form is media and editing. It's been such a wonderful process to revisit so many things in my life. Some of it good, some of it, like I said, you know, my back, like, you know, I really felt like some things kind of, you know, clinched me up in terms of reviewing some of the reason that I got into yoga, some of the stress that I've had in my life, and some of it that I even like, you know, kind of blocked out, or just let me leave it there, to revisit some of it, some of the loves of my life. And just even recently, just still hearing how the Yoga Flavor video, I was the first African-American woman to have an internationally distributed yoga video, Yoga Flavor, how it inspired so many people. So, and then there was a period where people didn't hear from me. So I just kind of wanted to tell my story and tell them where I've been, and to embrace where I am now.
I love that. I love that. Now, Sergeant Major, do you have any involvement in the documentary? Like, where I know that Robin is kind of putting together things. Have you suggested anything to her about the documentary? I wonder if he's putting his 2 cents in.
No.
No, you're letting her take creative direction.
Yes, he has been, but he has totally inspired me just in terms of, you know, everything I'm putting together. And he may need his own, because, you know, he's done so much stuff. So it's just that we're a family that has a lot of media, and wanted to be able to present it and document our stories.
Awesome, Robin. This is amazing. I think people are so pumped up. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. Maybe some of your viewers might not know.
Can I just say something? I keep saying it. I know I had said it before in a little snippet. It was really profound for me when you felt that when I showed you my short film, that you felt like you understood that time in my life. That was really,
I definitely did. Oh my gosh. I was just going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. I feel like we're always like one beat ahead of each other, because I was going to tell the audience that I was able to catch a snippet of the documentary. It was a little short film. And so for those of you just joining us, thank you for coming, and welcome to Caregivers Embracing Elder Care. I'm Bahamia Ulysses, your geriatric care coach, joined by my co-host, Ms. Robin Downs of Yoga Flavor, and her father, Sergeant Major. We are now discussing, we're kind of transitioning from talking about Robin and her father being on the show, The Doctors, this Tuesday. Check your local listings for the times. CBS, right?
I think various networks. It depends.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Here for me, I'm in Los Angeles at CBS. Sorry, guys. But that was kind of the end of that conversation. We were transitioning. You were telling us about your experience. Then we started talking about your documentary and why you put it together. And for those of you, like I said, who are just joining in, make sure you come back just to take a look at what it was that really inspired Robin to put the documentary together. And now we're transitioning over, because of what you said in terms of why, or what motivated you to get into yoga, was the stress that you were experiencing at that point in your life. And it kind of is leading us to what we're doing later this week, which is the Caregiver Holiday Reset. So that's what I really want to talk about amongst everything else, because I'm pumped up.
I love taking the time to de-stress and sharing that with others.
Yes, it's true. Because I think what we wanted to give to our followers, to the audience, and people who have registered for this event is just exactly that, the de-stressing of the holidays, the de-stressing of the pandemic, the de-stressing of trying to figure out even if this caregiver path thing is for you, and if it is for you, how you can make it yours, right? How you can really design this care plan, this caregiving journey for you. So I wanted you to share really quick, Robin, what it is about your piece in terms of resetting, because we have a balance. There's the mind, body, spirit, and soul. And then I come in with the practical strategies of what to do in certain situations. Tell us a little bit about what to expect from Yoga Flavor.
What to expect from Yoga Flavor is is the tools to help you release some of the unconscious tension that is held in your body. Because it happens even to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm the yoga instructor 25 years, and sometimes stress jumps on you, and you're so busy doing things that you don't realize that stress jumped on you. And you got to take a minute and let it go. And then when you let it go, you sometimes realize, whoa, I didn't even realize how stressed I was.
Wow.
So, and sometimes I really take a moment and if it happens to me, I can't imagine what other people are doing to cope. And some people maybe aren't coping because some people have forgotten what it is to relax or to allow themselves even to relax. Mm-hmm. So what I'm excited about is that we're going to have 3 days where we give you permission to relax with us.
That's true.
And we give you the tools and we hold the space.
Yes.
For you to let go, and at the same time educate you with what Nurse in the Know has to offer for the additional tools to be the best caregiver you could be as we prepare for this holiday season during unprecedented time.
You're right. It's about how you show up as a caregiver, and how you show up for yourself, how you show up for your loved one. As far as myself, in terms of what strategies and tools I use with my caregivers, I will be giving you all of the goodies, like the real goodies. I'm almost thinking, I'm like, should I be giving this away? But you know what? It's a gift. It's my gift to you. It's my holiday gift to you, because I think I have gotten so many direct messages, so many emails about how to even have certain conversations about planning, about where we're looking. Because, with this pandemic, a lot has happened, right? We have had a lot of families who are going to sit down for the first time at the dinner table, and there's going to be an empty spot. And that alone is going to be a hurdle to deal with. The grief behind loved ones who have not made it to this holiday season, the grief behind certain aspects of your life, your lifestyle, the people that were involved who are not really able to be present and show up that way. So I think a big part of how you become a caregiver is how you do relationships, how people are able to honor you in your caregiving role. We're going to address loneliness. We're going to talk about the isolation that happens in the caregiver role and different strategies that have been really effective and helpful for caregivers who nonetheless still have to be there, right? But we want to shift the mindset around what it is and how we do this caregiving journey. And I think that's one of the biggest things about this transformation, because that's what we're looking for over the next 3 days. We want you to take this end of year holiday season and get some tools, get some resources, get some strategies to not only help you through the holiday season, but to move forward into 2021 with a reset perspective. That's why it's a reset, right? We want to reset. We want a mindset reset. And we want you to be able to have fun. Robin always reminds me to have fun. And yes, while we do it. So just a little bit about it. Robin.
And socialize on my father's behalf, being able to connect with other caregivers and their loved ones. And who knows, maybe there'll be a lady there for you, Dad.
We're taking applications, people. All of us.
So right, we all have different agendas.
Our motives are different here. No, I'm kidding. But it's true. We want everybody to have a sense of community and support
Yes.
along this part of the journey, because it's one thing to have the tools, to have the resources, because I think that's available to everybody everywhere, right? But when you don't have someone to kind of hold your hand, I know you've reminded me of that a lot, Robin, to hold your hand through the process or guide you as a coach would, right? Help you, support you. Talk about certain things, because I think also caregivers have the notion of feeling guilty around certain self-care practices, self-care regimens, how to incorporate that into your daily caregiving life and then not feel guilty about it. How to kind of lend yourself to the things that you like, you want.
And Bahami, and that's why this is beautiful, what we're going to be doing for the 3 days, because we're not going to talk about it. We're going to be actually, just to remind you, we're going to be actually doing some chair yoga.
Yes.
Wear your comfortable clothing. Be prepared to move. Be prepared to embrace a yoga practice, because we're going to not just talk about, oh, you should do this. We're going to all do it together.
Thank you for the reminder, Robin. Yes, we are getting into it. Like we are going to have a full not a full yoga session, because those are probably longer than what we'll have for each session.
Yeah, but about 30 minutes at least.
Okay, good.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So everybody is aware. Register today, www.caregiverholidayreset.com. Make sure you sign up. And know that you need to bring in, I'll send you an email, we'll send you reminders, but know that you need to make sure you bring your comfortable clothes. I mean, we can get dolled up and cute, but make sure that it's comfortable for you and your loved one, because it's not, as much as we are focused and geared and centered towards caregivers, we also want to make sure that you know of what kind of strategies you can use with your loved one, with your aging parent, with your aging loved one or relative.
This is the perfect opportunity, like you said, for people who's like, well, how do I get them to stretch and how do I get them? You just sit them down, put on some comfortable clothes, and allow yourself to go with the flow.
I had a couple questions that I wanted to answer here. I did, so I got some direct messages, DMs in Instagram, and then I got a couple emails from people that had received their sign-up confirmation. And so they asked two questions. One question was, how does this work? How is this going to happen? So I wanted to kind of clear that up. This is going to be, once you register for the link, with the link, Caregivers Holiday Experience, caregiverholidayreset.com. It's a true experience. Then you will be sent a confirmation email to our Zoom link. We will follow up with a Zoom link email that you will then tap into. You only need to sign up through the link. And so anybody who has gotten access to that Zoom link will be able to start with the live 3-day event. And that's really the only way that you can get access. We were thinking about other ways, but we want this to be intimate. I don't know how many people. We already have a good number of people who have signed up, and I'm sure that in the next few days we're going to see, for sure. So I would say spots are limited to an extent, because we have some things that we're offering. So we want you to sign up early, because we're sending out emails. Robin, I had a question specifically for you that came through. It was, I'm 67, my aging mom is 90. How can I help her with any kind of yoga, because she doesn't really want to do much? What do you think? What would be your tip? Because I think
bring her to the event, to sit her in the chair, to make sure she has something comfortable.
Okay.
Some water standing by, and to enjoy the experience without it being, and now we're going to do some yoga. No, we're going to go have an experience. It's a holiday, event. So come join me, Mom, and there'll be other people there for you to socialize with. And just go with the flow. I always tell you with the session and a lot of things I do with Dad, even though today I did pull out the chair and, okay, Dad, it is yoga time.
Yeah.
You did so good. Once again, you did really well with your yoga today, Dad. But for newbies who are obviously resistant,
yes,
and maybe that'll be part of the meditation as we gear into it, letting go of resistance.
Okay.
and that's what I do. I do my best to ease people into it. And sometimes if they're not even moving or even breathing, just being in the presence of the practice, we can get a little something out of it. And then the fact that it's 3 days, it may not happen on the first day and maybe a little bit on the second day, but by the third day, hopefully, my intention is to have everyone feeling really comfortable and relaxed. And really have let go of whatever resistance they thought they might have had.
Good. And I think also too, just to kind of bring it home, you really need to kind of take these strategies, take these tools, bite size and step by step, right? You mentioned that maybe the first day might not click, maybe the second day might not click, but possibly around the third day. And remember, this is a journey. These are just the tools that you will use, but you have to continuously, is that what you're saying? Continuously just try.
Encouragement. So once again, I said, Dad did really, really good with his yoga practice today. There were moments where he stopped, took a breath, and I would encourage him. I hopefully I wasn't nagging him like, come on, yeah. No, I was just like, oh, you're doing so good.
Yeah.
That's it. And then when he was ready to join it again, he did.
Yeah.
So that gentle encouragement and no forcing, no pushing, just really, comfort in allowing for a certain level of comfort in the practices,
and being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Be kind, be gentle. We're going to really have some really nice affirmation and meditations for you too. I want everybody to know that you're going to be walking away with not just my biggies and my goodies, because I've got tons of them, right? But you're really going to walk away with some peaceful, relaxing meditations, affirmations that you can use every single day. Not that you haven't heard enough of them, but these ones are specifically for caregivers. Robin has worked really hard on them and just putting together a nice sequence for you guys. So even if you don't want to hear what I got to say, although I'm bringing the fun, I've got games, people. I've got games, okay? I've got games, I've got prizes. But I think for anybody who's really struggling, that's what I mean, is that there's some people who are really struggling, really stressed out. I think what Robin brings to the experience will be probably worth whatever it is that it takes you to kind of get in that space, because I know it's going to be in the evening. I know that people have things to do, but if you can block out this time, this will be not only beneficial for you, but for your aging parent, right? This is a double entendre, as we like to call it.
Yes.
So I don't want to go too far over time, Robin. I'm so excited. I could go on for another half an hour talking about this, right?
Well, save that energy for a 3-day experience.
I will. So just to remind everyone, the Caregiver Holiday Reset is on Wednesday, October 28th at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST, right here. Well, it's not right here, but I want you to go to the website, and you can actually, I'll put that in the comments right now. It's caregiverholidayexperience.com. Go ahead and register.
Caregiver Holiday
Reset. Sorry. Caregiver Holiday Reset. I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. Caregiverholidayreset.com. And we are going to have you set, booked, ready to go, and ready for the experience. Anything else that I missed, Robin?
I think you said a lot, and your excitement, if it isn't contagious, I don't know what else, would be. So we're excited, and we want you to accept our gift, our offering, and we look forward to seeing you.
Awesome. All right, Sergeant Major, if there's anything I missed, go ahead and tell it to the people. Otherwise, that's it for us. We've got a couple people saying, yes, can't wait. There's just a couple comments. I just want to say hello and thank you and welcome. We are signing off for now, but there are a few people. Here we go. Yes, can't wait. We've got another one. Oh, we couldn't see who it was, but we are super excited. So everyone, make sure you sign up today. Sign up today. Caregiverholidayreset.com. We will see you on Wednesday. If not, Sunday if you can't make it, but do your best to try and sign up, okay?
And check out the doctors tomorrow.
That's right. Tuesday. I know the dates are kind of going on. Yes, the doctors, Tuesday the 27th. Check your local listings. You're going to see this fabulous duo, and you're going to be pretty amazed. I'm so excited to have you guys. Thank you again. We will come back next week, shining as we usually do, and telling you about our holiday experience, our holiday reset. All right, guys, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you.